So essentially, we have a war movie about the teddy bears going up against the unicorns. I'm sure everything's going to turn out okay in the end, right? Right? Hey everyone, this is Rob Animation Bliss, and welcome to another At the Movies Corner, where I talk about the most recent animated films that were just released. So today's movie that I'll be talking about today is the French-Spanish animated film, Unicorn Wars. And before I get into my thoughts about this movie, here are a few words from the channel. Alright Animaniacs, now let's get on the social media train. Want to chat with us in 100 words or less? Then check out our Twitter account. Want to chat with us within a group? Then check out our Facebook account. Want to get the lowdown on everything dealing with animation on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So Unicorn Wars is about a group of teddy bears that ended up going to war with the unicorns. And so the movie is spent on these teddy bears trying to find the unicorns and trying to kill them. Meanwhile, most of the movie is focused on two main characters, and their names are Bluey and Tubby, and they are brothers. And the movie focuses on the complex relationship between these two brothers, why they're still trying to fight against the unicorns throughout the movie. So one of my thoughts about Unicorn Wars, I absolutely love this movie. So when I found out that this movie was from the creators of Bird Boy, The Forgotten Children, I was really interested because I was wondering to myself, is the creator of Bird Boy, The Forgotten Children going to make any more animated films? And lo and behold, they did. So of course I was really excited about this film, and I wanted to see what this film was all about. And oh boy, is this film something else. Let me tell you about this film. So what are some things I did like about this film? Well, the first thing that I really liked about this film were the themes. I really love the fact that this film pulled no punches when it came to describing about the horrors of war, and it shows how it affected the main characters psychologically and physically. And we get to see throughout this film about how horrible the war is. And even though this movie is all about the teddy bears going against the unicorns, it's really about how horrible war is and showing us the scary side of war and how it has a negative impact on the soldiers. And I do like the fact that we get to see a lot of gory images throughout this film as the unicorns and the teddy bears are at war with each other. And there's also a lot of complexities going on to the state of the war itself in this movie. Like apparently this war is led by religion, or it's led by a type of Bible that the bears are studying that tells them to kill all unicorns. So I do like the fact that this movie shows us the complexities of war and how wars tend to get started, and how many of the characters actually took to heart about the mission, about the war itself, and ended up killing the other side because of the beliefs they were taught. Another theme that's explored in this film was about the complexities of family relationships. We get to see the relationship between Tubby and Bluey, as they both have a very complex relationship with each other, as Bluey is constantly being mean towards Tubby, while Tubby is nothing but being kind towards Bluey, despite the fact that Bluey is constantly teasing Tubby. And we get to see how unhealthy that relationship between the two of them are, as the fact that Tubby is constantly being nice towards Bluey, despite the fact that Bluey's being very cruel to him, is actually having a very negative impact on their relationship with each other. And then we also get to see why Bluey is the way he is, why he's such a cruel character, because we get to see in this flashback about what his parents did to him. And it's more like his parents are not like really bad people or anything like that, but they made a lot of mistakes that affected Bluey later on in his life. And I won't really go into details about what Bluey's parents did when Bluey was a kid that made Bluey into who he is now, but let's just say that there were a lot of messed up things that happened in Bluey and Tubby's childhood that really affected how they are when they got older. But yeah, I really like how this film explores the complicated relationships between family members and how those complicated relationships can lead to really bad things happening to each family member because they're psychologically scarred by what happened in their family and their complicated relationships with each other. Another thing I really liked about this film was the animation itself. The animation in this film was just so gorgeous. I've been dying to see another 2D animated film make its way into the movie industry again after spending years of watching nothing but CGI animated films. Not that I have anything against CGI films, but I really love how the 2D animation was being done in this film, as everything looks so fluid. I especially love how the forest is designed as being this very colorful place, despite the fact that this film takes place in the war setting and you have all these characters getting killed brutally left and right. But I just love how luscious the forest looks, and I really love the designs of the characters themselves. I especially love the designs of the teddy bears themselves, as they look very adorable throughout this film, despite the fact that this film is all about showing us the horrors of war in the most graphic way possible. And I really love the designs of the unicorns themselves, as they're constantly being shown to be demonic looking creatures throughout this film. So I really love the stark contrast between the teddy bears and the unicorns. And yet this movie made me very afraid of teddy bears now, and I can't really go into detail about why that is, but once you see this movie you pretty much figure out why that's the case. And then another thing I really loved about this film was how much gore and violence was in this film. Now this might sound very sadistic, but I loved how gory this movie was, and I love how it shows the realistic horrors of war itself by showing how all these characters were being killed in such graphic and bloody detail. And even though this movie is about unicorns and teddy bears, this movie pulled no punches in showing us the dark side of war and just how horrifying it really is by showing us all of the gory violence throughout this film. Now, if there was an issue that I have with this film, is that I felt like the secondary characters weren't developed that well. Like, I understand that the main characters of this film were Bluey, Tubby, and Maria, and they're the characters that we focus on the most, but I would have liked to see more from the side characters who accompany Bluey and Tubby to go to war with the unicorns and see their backstories, so we could get more info on these other characters that are also in this film. And this is a minor nitpick of mine, but the last half of the film felt a bit rushed. Like, I felt like there were certain events that happened in the last half of the film that were being rushed, and I would have liked it better if the film actually took the time to develop that situation in the last half of the film a bit better, so it wouldn't feel like they were rushing through some important details that might help us understand where the characters are going in the third act of the film. Before I give out my overall thoughts on this film, I would like to let you guys know that there are affiliate links in the description box below if you are interested in buying any of the movies that are mentioned or linked in this video. If you buy any of the movies mentioned in this video using the affiliate links in the description box below, that I will receive a small commission that would greatly help out with this channel. So please feel free to use the affiliate links in the description box below if you are interested in adding any of these movies to your movie collection. But overall, I absolutely love Unicorn Wars. Even though some of the characters were a bit underdeveloped and the third act felt a bit rushed, I really love how this movie explored the dark themes of war itself, and I really love how gory and violent this film got, so it could express its message about how war is terrible to the audience. And I really love how you have all these cute characters being put into a horrific situation, as it made the film a lot more frightening than I thought it would be. So if you were a huge fan of Bird Boy, The Forgotten Children, I highly recommend you check out Unicorn Wars. So that's my review on Unicorn Wars, and tell me in the comments down below, have you seen Unicorn Wars? And if you have, did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? And what's your favorite animated film that features cute characters being put in horrific situations? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Law Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.